The first designs I made in my life. Oh, I made designs from very, very early on, but I had Barbie dolls, like all designers have. I had loads of them. And I made always clothes for them. And a very famous look was for the Russian Tsarina. And I actually went into the wardrobe of my mother. It's quite funny. And she had a red velvet little jacket to go to a theater or something, a little theater. And he had a white mink or rabbit collar. And I just cut the collar off and cut pieces out of it and made this dress for this head and everything.
What did your mother say?
Oh, she went berserk when she saw it. I mean, she saw it I think not years later, but quite a long time later. So, anyway, it's just one of these silly things.
Thank you so much.
Okay, that's perfect.
The shoes, I love them. The Coke and the Guinness. Can you tell me about those?
I don't know whether I even like them. They were done by my husband, Andreas Kronteller, who is the biggest talent I've ever met in my career. And if you like them, then you should thank him. I mean, I think they're okay.
Do you remember your first sketches as a fashion designer?
Well, I wasn't a fashion designer, but my first sketches was in school when I was making my own clothes and sketching and designing dresses for the parties because I couldn't find what I wanted, so I was sketching them and going to seamstress and getting material and making them. So those were my first sketches.
How old were you?
If that was fashion, I don't know at that time, but it was for me. I was 14.
And what did they look like?
Well, one that was important I can remember was a black velvet long sleeve with a bubble, pink fuchsia bubble skirt in pink radsmere, fuchsia radsmere.
Perfect for a 14-year-old.
It was fun.
Embracing the Stella McCartney customer, wrapping our arms around it, but also at the same time there's kind of an edge of the masculine and the feminine.
Do you remember your first fashion sketches?
Yeah.
Can you tell me about?
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me something about
life. No.
Yeah, you know, I've kept quite a lot of them. I look at them sometimes. They were just very much of the time. And you know, I was a baby. I was 8, 9, 10. And I think now that I have 4 kids and they're that age, I think imagine if they were sitting down doing, like they were so focused on what they wanted to be at that age. So my drawings are very reflective of my age. They're horrible. Actually, some of them, like as I become a teenager, it's like all the power shoulder. They're very now. Very power shouldered, all of them.
Ma perché se stai con il cucciolo fa tutto sulle liti, che non ti fanno più l'impatto dietro, secondo
Do you have a memory of your first fashion sketches that you made in your life?
I have it very clear. There were these two Italian. There were these two Italian. They're still alive and fabulous. I mean, Italian like singer and showgirl called Mina and Raffaella Carrà. And they were doing this like TV show. In Italy, and it was, in Italy at that time, when I was a kid, there were probably 3 channels, and it was black and white still, the TV, and I remember I was super young, and Mina, she was always singing with long gowns and feathers, and Raffaella Carrà, she was always very shorting, very rock, sexy things And I was sketching them because I wanted to understand which color it was, because it was black and white. And so I was interpreting the colors. And I still have the sketches. It's really funny.
Are they good?
Yeah, very nice. I think so.
Do you remember the first fashion drawings you ever did in your life? Can you tell me?
Yeah, I remember. Well, I used to always, when I was little, always would imitate Versace dresses, as a little boy. So I would always try to look, and that's the way I used to start sketching. Yeah.
The Miami Connection.
Exactly. Usually the Miami collection is the one I would draw. So.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.